What's up and how's everybody doing? This is Nick, bringing you some more of that Dark Souls 2 PvP. Now today I'm working with my strength bro Venus. Now this was the first build I finished, and I decided that I wanted to rely on all out strength. My main weapon is the Gyrim Great Hammer, but I've got a few other tricks on this build. Let's get it on. Now when it comes to my strength build, I am all about the mind games. I have a club and I keep it in my main hand as I approach my target, and when I get close, I whip out that hammer and let it loose. This usually lulls them into a false sense of security, and so when I go in for the attack, and they see that hammer, they just don't know what to do. Big weapons are unwieldy and slow, and the Gyrim Great Hammer is glaringly slow. So to land hits on your opponent, you have to play with spacing and anticipate their actions. Studying your opponent and knowing your timings will allow you to get off a heavy swing and get them when they come in on you. I only hit with one of the swings, but I still did enough damage to let him know. Here I backstep to make him think that I'm going to go for the attack right after, but instead I swing a heavy attack and he tries to roll through, successfully missing the first one, but still getting hit with that second swing. In this fight, I keep my space initially, to see what my opponent's going to do. Once I see that lightning go up, I get my hammer out, I roll in, and I'm on the attack. Punish slightly, but timing and persistence is key on this build. After I see that second lightning, that's my opportunity. I bait the enemy into rolling, and I time my attack to catch them just after their iframes. Now that their health is low, I pull out my club for a quick finish. Dodge a few magic greatswords, no problem there, and I close it. Don't sleep on that club. Fighting a pure magic build requires careful timing. Not a lot of people expect the two-handed heavy attack to swing twice, and I often catch people after they've rolled with it. Timing your rolls is huge here on your end too. Sidestepping can negate homing soul mass entirely, and once I see my opponent open, I continually press. Good dodges get him enough distance to get off another soul mass, but at this point the fight is mine, and I decide to eat it for that finish. Magic OP? What? Now this ganker here summoned me, and planned on hitting me off the spawn, so I showed him what iframes are all about. Those iframes. I walk him around a bit, and I feel how defensively he's playing now. I guess he was relying on that spawn kill. A little bit of that anvil on a stick until I decided to troll him with some acid surge. Create enough space to catch him with it though. Check out that fat roll. Now I plan on taking full advantage of that fat roll. So here, when he tries to roll away, I punish. I wonder how many of his wins are from spawn kills. This fight was fun because of the equal size of both of our weapons. Now I see that poison twin blade offhand, but it doesn't really scare me, as he isn't using it too aggressively. I get that knockdown and back away instantly to lull him into a false sense of security while quickly switching to my pyro hand and giving him a taste of that great combustion. A good wake-up attack if you can catch it right. He stays dedicated to that twin blade, but I never let him get that poison off. When he switches back to that dragon tooth, I see that now is my time. A failed jumping attack leads me to a double backstep, and then that backstep attack to close it. When fighting someone with a greatsword, counterattacking is of utmost importance. Full Havel's set shouldn't intimidate you, and so I keep on him aggressively. Patience leads me to a good counterattack, and I back away and wait for him to mess up again. Here I thought I had an opportunity, but there was just too much space between us, and despite my attempts to roll away, I'm caught with a well-timed backstab. His immediate use of the flame sway was predictable, and I caught him with the full 2 hits of my strong attack. That damage! Now I'm instantly to my club for that finisher. Showing off a little bit of the dual poison cestus here. When they're power stance, they are not to be messed with. 2 combos was all it took to proc that poison. A little bit of dancing around, and he's nearly dead already. I see him pull out that pyro flame in desperation, so I take mine out too, and give him a fiery fist to the face for the kill. When you want your enemy to make the first move, Toxic Mist can pressure someone into pressing you carelessly. We trade a few hits, and I break lock on, and utilize a roll away and then toward my enemy to maintain a good melee distance. Breaking lock on is very useful in the right situation. Here, a badly timed cast of Toxic Mist warrants myself to a free backstab. I continue to stay aggressive, however, and in his haste to kill me, I'm able to capitalize on his mistakes. I like to toy with people to gauge their reactions. Here, it lands me with a nice backstab. He gets up, and really turtling behind Havel's shield was only asking me for that acid surge. I see his fire coming, and I go for that acid surge again to see if I can't destroy some of his armor. When he backs up and lets loose those clouds of poison, I use the decreased visibility to take a few shots at him with my bow. Here I just decide to eat the poison and go in with my club. Guarding only lasts so long, and instead of going for the guard break, I just beat him with my club. This fight is a good example of what a highly defensive armor can allow you to do. Due to my high poise and high damage reduction, I'm able to simply tank hits and wait for good openings to attack. The potential for PvP is very high in the Belfry. When holding the club offhand, I can hit for some hard combos if I lead with the club and finish with that anvil. Now, notice I'm invaded by that second player. At this point, my plan is to finish off Blue Bro as quick as I can. The little dude is having none of that though. He presses back and I decide to heal because the only damage I took was from the NPC and I did not want to get caught low in a 2-on-1. I almost finished the Blue Bro just as my next victim comes walking down the steps. I immediately switch my attention, but my attack catches the stairs and leaves me vulnerable. At this point, I notice there's a third invader, and I realize I gotta get to that bridge. I draw them both to it, and Blue Bro finally takes a nap. I capitalize on this fall, and I chug it up. He goes for the backstab, and I roll away and give him one of my own. Just in time to see my next victim coming. eventually, they all fall to the anvil. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are gonna recognize my opponent here. Peverson happened to be streaming, and I happened to summon him in. I know he's fond of that Great Resonant Soul, and even more so that Darkstorm. So I've got my Forbidden Suns ready. GG, Peeve. Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, this has been Nick, bringing you some of that Dark Souls 2 PvP.